is a hummingbird hawk moth. I've never seen one sat still before. My thoughts with this table is that for the tabletop, it's got this kind of shiny finish to it. I have no idea how this would turn out if I sanded it, but I'm gonna give it a go. Basically, there's a few things I'm gonna sand out or cut out, and I might end up regretting my decision. It's very experimental. Please don't judge me. I can see here where there's been some water damage and the varnish is starting to come off. I don't know if once I start sanding it, it's gonna go down to nothing. Well, I found my answer for how thin the veneer is. The answer is very. There's not much I can do about it, but I need to be careful not to sand too far. These bubbles here mean that the Osmo oil and the paint are not gelling together properly. So it looks to me like this mixture isn't going to work. I've done some more experiments because I didn't want to give up on this mixture just yet. I found that the straight up paint was also bubbling a little bit, that maybe I was applying the paint too thick. So I basically ended up dry brushing it on so that there wasn't enough of a surface to bubble in the first place. And that's where I found the sweet spot. So I'm going to apply the paint very carefully, but I'm also going to start at the top of the table leg, which is the bit you're least likely to see once the tabletop's back on, just so I can figure out any teething issues with this that I haven't spotted on these tests. I've been thinking a lot about what the best option is to tackle this decorative edge around the table. The pattern is stamped into a layer of veneer, and that layer of veneer is extremely thin. So the only option really to remove it would be to remove the veneer layer, leaving behind the kind of plywood layer underneath. And I don't think the final thing would actually look very good. So I've decided that I'm actually going to just cover it with something else instead. And the thing that I've decided to do is cover it with something like this and go around the edge. If I cut each piece about 7 centimeters long, I can create a new edging to it with a kind of fluted design. Okay. There is a storm coming. There's definitely a thunderstorm coming. We've got thunder, we've also got jets flying over, and I can see that there's a massive cloud coming in the distance. I feel like the sun's only just come out. No! Pretty drenched. I think I'm going to do some computer work for the rest of the day. The sun has finally come out and oh my goodness, it is so hot. I'm not going to complain. I had put the table to one side for a couple of weeks. The weather wasn't working in my favour and I really want to be outside while I'm working on things like this. Now that the sun's out, I'm going to get this table finished and I'm really hoping I can get it done today because I'm sick of staring at it half finished. I've finished painting the stripe detail on the legs of this table. I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, but I really like it. It's going to match the pattern around the top of the table here as well. I've got to varnish the tabletop next. I've got to say I'm a little bit nervous about it because as much as working outside is lovely, I know that when I varnish the top of this table that I'm going to get a bunch of aphids sticking to it, probably some hoverflies showing up to the party, and it's going to get a bit messy. So it's just one of those things which I'm willing to accept. And perhaps this table might end up inadvertently becoming a little bit of an insect graveyard. Why are you laying in the sun? This is the worst place to lay. There's a few bits with this table leg that haven't gone perfect, where the paint has started to bleed into the other colour. So I think I'm just going to touch that up with a little brush, but it'll be fine. Quite a lot of insects have gotten caught in the paint. Why did you choose this to stand on? The table is now fully varnished. I've varnished the top with 2 layers, and then I've also put some on the legs of the table where the stripes are to protect the paintwork there as well. So that leaves one last thing to do. I need to cut up these pieces of wood into about 7cm lengths, and then I need to stick them to the table with some adhesive, and the table will be finished. Going to have a mixture of pieces that I've painted and then cut, and also pieces that I cut and then painted afterwards. In hindsight, I really could have done to have painted these pieces of wood before I cut them. I'm definitely having flashbacks to painting 100 tiny cubes of wood for the frame I made for my crow painting. I'm really determined to get these pieces of wood attached to the trim of the table. I've already done a test by attaching a set with some double-sided tape. So I'm going to remove the double-sided tape and go round with some grab adhesive and stick them on. The wood is splitting when I run the plane over it, which I had a suspicion could happen because the plane is quite intense, let's say. So what I'm going to do instead is run around the edge with my jigsaw. I think what I've learned here is that I need to make sure all the pieces of wood are the correct length before I stick them to the project. But we live and learn. As much as I love this table, it was never something I intended to keep for myself. I'm actually trying to reduce the amount of furniture I have, and a lot of that means going to charity shops or selling it on Facebook Marketplace. But I did just want to have a go at renovating this table and having a bit of fun with it before I did actually get rid of it. Because the reason I bought it in the first place a year ago was to do that, and I just never got round to it. Things got in the way. So it's been really fun to experiment on this table, but it does mean that it needs a new home. So I'm hoping that one of you can take it off my hands. All I really want is some fuel money for delivery, and I can probably deliver it pretty much anywhere in the country. I would really like this table to go to a nice new home where someone appreciates it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.